Are we live? Yeah, we're live. All right, we're live. Welcome to the stream on Mystery Finance. My name's Richie, and today I'm joined by Wise Djan, as always, is here. Hello, Wise Djan.
What's up, everybody? Doing good. Thank you. Thank you.
And we have Elon Muskie, who is here on stream with us today with his giant forehead.
I'm feeling extra long today.
And yeah, this is our Suidex stream. We decided to do it on a different time so that other people can get involved, because we usually do it at 6 p.m. Pacific, but we've gone a bit early today so that other people can get involved, because why not, you know?
We usually do that Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific. I was still hoping we might be able to do both every week if it turns out okay, but you know.
Yeah, sure. We can do that too. So
yeah, see, that 6 p.m. thing on Pacific time for people like us on the East Coast. So I wake up at 4 o'clock every morning. I'm on my laptop working at 4:15. I'm in real estate. And but I hit the sack at about 8:30 at night. My wife's she works at the schools. So I can't be there for that. You know, it's tough for some people, but I appreciate you all adjusting time so people like me can get in and have a chat.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and also this works out good for people that are in the UK, I guess. I'm not sure exactly what time it is there, but there's a lot of people from that, you know, other side of the planet that are looking for this time as well, not just people on like the East Coast.
Yeah, exactly. But 4 a.m., huh? Jesus, that's early. That's very.
You know what though? That's why I'm successful, man.
Yeah, true. I mean, that's what people say. The most successful people have set schedules. Doesn't matter what schedule they really hit. It's just you just have to hit the same schedule all the time. In the UK, it's 5 p.m. for Mr. Wolf. So this is the Suidex open mic stream. So if anyone wants to join, you don't, as you can see, you don't need to show your face or anything. You can just plug in with your microphone. I will DM you the link to join. You just basically go to a link and then you'll pop up on the stream. So if you want to join the stream, get into the Suidex Telegram and then just say, hey, I want to join, or DM me on Telegram, and then I can also add you in. We should have Mr. Peter from Tree joining us later on as well, and we might get some invites from other people as well. I wanted to do open mics so that people have the opportunity to ask any questions they want about Suidex, or say anything they want about Sui or Suidex or crypto or anything really, because it's an open mic. As long as it's not illegal, we're good.
Yeah, from what I told people in Telegram groups that I went into, that I gave the link, that you know they can participate in your comments, and then if they want to join in, if they want to say something, they could say so in the comments, or if they know how to reach us on Telegram. So yeah, it's open for anyone. Usually how we do it is we go over our stuff and then invite people up and see what they want to say.
Yeah, because if they're shy, they can just write a comment. Yeah, that's right.
I do have questions about Suidex or, you know, some strategy things. So when you're ready for that, I'd love to chat about that. So the first thing I want to talk about while we're early in the stream is what we have made for Suidex. So I'm going to cover that first, and then we can get into everything else. So let me find. While you're finding all that, just keep in mind, if you see me pop off, I just bought a designer 8-week-old puppy, and it has to piss about every 3 seconds. So it's not very designer; it's just partially designer. But yeah, I'll tell you, hey, dog's got to piss, and I'll be back. Okay.
Yeah, sure. What kind of dog is it?
So she is an A1 breed, which means she's the 10th level of bloodlines for an Australian and Doodle. So she's an Aussie Doodle, and she has these like bright blue eyes, extremely intelligent. She learned to sit, to fetch. She learned her name within the first 4 hours. And I taught her how to go out and go to the bathroom by ringing a bell within the first 12 hours. And she learned all of it. So,
wow.
Yeah, super smart dog.
That is a smart dog.
Better be for $9,000, I'll tell you that.
Fucking hell, man. I found my dog in the bin. It was 100% free. It's 17 now.
Yeah, I have one of them. Yep, I've got one of those.
It's good value for money, but it doesn't listen to anything, and it barks continuously all day long for no reason. So I sent it to my wife's mom's house, so it lives with her now in the countryside.
I found a cat on my birthday at a karaoke bar as a kitten. It was just walking around lost, and I just took it home with me because the bartender said it didn't belong to anybody. Turned out to be the pretty coolest cat I ever had.
Nice. So, Suidex games. So we are launching a game suite for Suidex. This is something I've talked about a month and a half ago. So I'm happy to say that we have now created the entirety of the, it works basically. So I'm going to go through how it works. Suidex games is going to start with one game, and it's going to give us it's going to allow us to continue to add game after game after game onto the gaming suite. I'm going to call it a gaming suite or gaming dash, essentially. In terms of the style of games, what kind of games we want to do, the first ones are going to be gambling style games, but we also want to get into prediction and also into kind of platform style gaming as well. I think it'd be quite fun for some kind of people who want to do those kind of games as well. So it's going to be all encompassing, because these days with AI, it's extremely easy to bash up basically any kind of game. And with the market we seem to be moving into, with Polymarket getting extremely popular, and sports betting getting extremely popular, and casino gambling getting extremely popular and more popular every day, then it seems like it's a nice pivot to move into for Suidex. So the way it's going to work is we are going to have prizes. Initially on launch, it's going to be prizes for people who are using Sui Farm, right? So it's another way to see it is to see it as like you're getting more yield, because every time you're depositing into the locker or depositing into the farms, then you're going to be getting tickets. These tickets are then going to be able to be used on Sui Game, right? And then you can use the tickets to win more yield. This is the first way we're going to be running it so that we can filter people through Sui Farm and into Sui Game. There's also legal things I'm still researching about, because I'd like to make it so that you can also, buy tickets and buy activity with USDC or Sui in Sui Game, and then we can use that cash to run the economy in Suidex. But then that brings up a lot of legal questions about.
But Richie, what I've seen so far about that when it comes to the Sui network, it seems like they're able to do some pretty lenient stuff. Like with Sui bets, they're somehow making like sports bets with no KYC, and it's like somehow okay. Even the Sui network itself has the app called Suiger, and it's their own casino site. And it has the kind of games that I was suggesting that we add is really popular right now with like stake.com. They're like the originals games. There's dice, there's coin flip.
Yeah, they're all right, but to be honest, I've seen dice and coin flip on crypto apps all the way back to 2021, right? And it didn't set the world on fire. So like for what I want to build with this in terms of like how we gamify it, I want it to be way more engaging. Because I have seen those kind of games over and over again, and they already exist. You already have places like BetFury. I made my first video ever on BetFury in like 2021, right?
I saw it.
So like those things exist, and they still exist today. So there's no reason why someone would think, oh, I need to go filter through Sui Farm to get into Sui Game to do those kind of games. So we need to get really creative with how we pull people in. So the first way to do this is, of course, for this we're gonna have a referral reward. So it's going to be a variable rate. At the moment, we're looking at about 10% referral rate. And the 10% that you can get by referring people into Sui Game is from the winnings that your referees win. So if you refer John and John wins $100, you win $10, right? Is how it works, the referral rate. So this is going to be a way that we can attract more people onto Suidex, because they can build up, influencers can build up their influence and earn more money by telling people about something. This always works in crypto. The first game will be launching. Oh yeah, everyone does, right? I wanted to put one on Suidex, but there's trying to plug a referral system on top of Suidex is really hard. It's kind of like duct taping something on top. And what we've done with Sui Game is instead we've opened up a completely separate subdomain, so we can be really secure with it. And with your wallets and everything, we've got a really amazing way of setting up the wallet for this to make sure everything's secure as well. Because really we built the security first, then to make utility for Suidex second. So it's always the best way to build. First game we'll be launching is a Wheel of Victory. Simple game. It's a spinning wheel that when you deposit into Sui Farm, you get tickets for the wheel. You spin the wheel. Top prize is $3,500. There will be 16 prize slots on the wheel. You can win Liquid Victory, you can win Locked Victory, and you can win SuiTrump Coin by spinning the wheel. And I'll show you exactly how it works because it's working, right? And then from there, we'll start building out more games. I'd like to launch with 2 games, and then we try to get just a game after a game after a game. We keep this going. Prize system will be Liquid Victory between $5 to $1,000, Locked Victory $5 to $3,500, and SuiTrump rewards of $10, $50, $500, right? SuiTrump will be coming from the marketing wallet. The victory will be just yield that we have on the side that we have sitting there that we want to use for boosted yield. So essentially the way of seeing the prizes here for the wheel is extra additional yield by staking, because you get the ticket for going into the farm. So you've gone in the farm, you've got a couple tickets for going in, and then that means that you can spin the wheel and earn more. So it's kind of like how we were doing the highest deposit game, but this time it's more for everybody, because some people said, oh, I'm not a whale, but I still want to win. Well, this is another way that you can, have a lucky chance at winning something good as well. To get started, we do have a wallet connect. It will be done on Slush Wallet or Nightly Wallet. I'll be using Nightly Wallet today. All you have to do is approve the connection on the wallet app. When you're using Sui Games, there's no transaction fees at all. It's completely transactionless. It's gasless, essentially. All you're doing is signing the sign-in transaction. Once you're written, and that's you to go. And we do have this also set up for mobile phone, where you can use your mobile phone without even having Slush Wallet or any Sui wallet on your mobile phone. You can use Sui Games. By essentially, it's a system that we've set up, which is really good. And he's gone. And he's gone. Am I gone? I think I'm still live, yeah?
No, it
I
still
hear you.
says live on my end.
All right, good. Don't know what he means then. Maybe
I just gave Brett the invite. He wants to come and join us eventually, I guess. Brett Prince.
Nice. Let me hide that. Hey, can't hide him. Okay. So let's go to the first game. I'll show you how it does. The mobile app is here. So it's pretty cool. It's the dev Boshin, who's helped me make this. He says it's a progressive web app, basically. It's I can't remember the exact name for it, but it's when you basically create a link to a website on your phone, which then creates an app link. Then you just press it, just like you have an app with an icon. You link the website to your phone, then you just click the icon, then it opens up the app, right? Is how it works. We will have a PIN code, which works on your mobile phone with push notifications. It will work offline. You don't need to be online to use it. And it will have a completely native app feel for it. I tried it out today. It's really, really responsive, really fast. And that's pretty much it. We then, on top of that, will have player profiles. So you'll be able to put a custom username, shareable profile URL for your referrals if you want to build. A bio section. We will have badges for achievements, which we'll have later. We will explain what the badges mean for what we're building out with this platform. And public stats if you want. You can share your stats publicly, or you can hide your profile. You can choose where it will show how many spins you've had, how many wins you've had, how many streaks you've had, how great you are, how awesome you are. Or you can hide that all and just be completely private on it as well. This will all be an unlock requirement where you need to have a certain amount of spins to have a player profile. You need a certain amount of spins to use the mobile app and the whole badge system as well, which we have. And leaderboard. So quick explanation of how it works. So here's the Wheel of Victory. Imagine I've come into Sui Farm. I went into a farm position. So I came here and I went to, say, the first pool. Deposit in my LP. When I do that, I will be alerted, you have just won some tickets. So I'll be, oh, for what? You'll be told, okay, come to Suidex Games. It's a completely different site for security, right? So I will sign in to play. So I just need to sign to play. So it should bring up, oh, rejected. Let me disconnect and then connect. Where's my wallet? Okay, so I connect here. Should sign. Come on, baby. I promise it was working 2 minutes ago.
It's probably not working because you're not showing us your password, Richie. You can go ahead and do that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. It's working now. Okay, so here I'm using a nightly wallet. So I'm just plugged into a burner wallet. And we should sign. Signing. It's signing. Okay, so now it's signed up. It says here I've given myself some spins because this, of course, is testnet, right? So all I do is I spin. You won't hear the amazing noise of the wheel yet, but we will have a wheel noise, and of course, and I didn't win a prize. Oh, I didn't win a prize, but it's okay. We can keep spinning, right? Because of course, not everyone can win all the time, because that wouldn't be really be gambling. That'd just be free money. But here we go. Okay, so I got $5 of victory. Great. So I spun the $5 of victory. I got $5. It said it's a 1 week lock with $5 of victory. Within 48 hours, that will land into your Sui farm position. It will boom, it will go in, and you'll find it in your token locker, right? So on the back end, we have a huge database, which I essentially just runs through and provides and fulfills all the winnings of each of the wheels that come through. Because I've done that, I could spin again. Let's see what we get one more time. Let's hit the big prize. Come on, come on, come on. $20. Okay, then I got $20 here. This is a 1 week lock of victory. So the victory can be locked or it can be liquid, depending on your chances of what you get, right? From there, I can come to my profile, right? And because I've had a certain amount of spins, I then get some badges, right? So I've got the silver badge, gold badge, and badges. In terms of like how many badges we've created for this, there's quite a lot. We have spin badges. Complete your first spin, complete 25 spins, complete 500 spins, complete 2,000 spins. You've won your first winner, you're a big winner, jackpot king. We have referral badges, we have commission badges, activity badges, social badges, and special badges as well for example, being a beta tester or contest winners, OGs, these kind of things. Eventually, these badges and the use cases for them will be unveiled. The plan is to mint them as an NFT to get on there as well. So that your profile will be a Sui NFT, essentially, with your badges and your stats on the NFT. And the other one thing I want to talk about is this one. So it's called PWA. Furley, do you know what that is?
Say again, the PWA?
Yeah, it's like mobile app PWA is the way it was explained to me today. So what
I probably do. I just don't know the official name. Let me find out what it is.
Okay, so the way it works is this is how you can get linked up to your phone on it. It means that you can use the game without ever having your when you use the game, as you saw there, I just signed into Suidex games. I didn't make any transaction fees. I'm not using the nightly wallet while I'm spinning or earning or winning or anything or spending tickets. I'm only using it to sign in, just like you would on stake or whatever, right? You don't need to make transaction fees on any of these other gaming platforms, right? You sign to get in, for example, put your password in, and then from there you're gasless, right? What happens with the phone is because you don't need to have a wallet on your phone for Suidex games. So you get the PWA, you will install it onto your phone just by bookmarking a website on your homepage of your phone, essentially, is PWA, is how I understand it, right? And then from there, you can play and game without ever being online even. You can do it offline, is how it's going to work.
Okay, yeah, I'm checking it out now. It's basically, it just makes a lot easier to sign in. It says it basically, a website acts like an app on mobile without going through an app store or Play Store.
Exactly, right? And the beauty of that is that we actually create a new wallet for you on your mobile phone, which links to your wallet that you're signed in on your desktop, which would be like your Sui Farm wallet, right? So say you're farming on Sui Farm and then you go on to Sui Game, you sign in with that wallet. On your phone, you'll have a different wallet, which will never have any Sui in it. It will never be used for gas or anything like that. It will just be able to link to your Sui Farm account. But not actually linked, they're just referencing each other essentially. Meaning that absolutely no chance of anyone ever getting a hold of your account unless you essentially give them your phone.
That right there is a really big deal because nobody wants to go to a site where they have to possibly be at risk because even though we know it's a legitimate website, any just random user is not going to know it's a legitimate website, and having that security that there's no risk is going to make a lot more people want to use it for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
In crypto is everyone's skeptical, but now like this, it'll be a lot more easier for people to, feel comfortable in participating in it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's frictionless, right? We can onboard very easily with this. So that's essentially what we're going to be launching. The plan for launch is in about 7 to 10 days we'll be live. So we're moving fast with this. And other games also in development and building up to release as well. The other ones we will be released, I think we have them here. Yeah, will be the Victory Lottery, which is coming next. And after that will be a prediction game. And then from there, we can continue to roll out game after game.
And I can build games too. I'm just not sure how we would implement them as winning prizes or if it's just for fun. I can do Flappy Bird. I can do Subway Surfer. I can do Minecraft.
Can we do Flappy Furley? Flappy Furley.
I could have it be a Flappy Trump or a Flappy Victory Horse.
Yeah.
That's the cool part where you can customize it.
So I have a question from Mr. Random. He says, how does the tickets work on the stake farmers? How many tickets per $100, if that makes sense? So those technicals are what we'll be working at in the next 10 days. What I would like to do is give some, of course, tickets to people who want to do beta testing for this. So essentially, it's always the golden rule of if you're here at the moment on the stream or looking at our Telegram and involved, then you have the chances to win, right? So from beta testing, we're going to be giving people the opportunity to play the game and win. And also for people who are already in Sui Farm, of course, I want to give some rewards to those people as well, if they're actually online and paying attention. I'm not just going to give prizes to people who aren't paying attention. There's no reason for that, right? You got to turn up to win. So definitely we'll be giving. Oh, here's we have Brett.
I'm actually trying it out on my cell phone right now, recording it to see if I can get the process down and be able to share my screen, my phone and show them how to do it on mobile to show the PWA.
Oh yeah, if you can get that.
On that same note, Richie, if anybody's watching this, he's talking about a referral base. A good way to start a referral base is if everybody likes and shares and comments on this live immediately, because that's going to get people to come watch you and follow you, and then you can get referrals later in the game, which just gives you more winnings.
Exactly. Memecoin Mobster says, is this fully live now? It's live on testnet. I'm just showcasing it, and we will be live for beta testing within 7 days, and hopefully live for everybody within 10 days is how our roadmap for it. This is the runway.
I also wanted to point out that I am streaming on my X account, WiseDegen, and on my Kick account also, and on TikTok.
Yeah. Question here is for people, how will people who are already staked gain tickets? Well, if you're already staked, like, here, I'm on Sui Farm, I come to my position, I probably have some victory because I'm staked. Yeah, see I have $38, so I batch claim those positions. Then when I have that victory, I can just rotate that back into Sui Farm, right? I don't need to send all. I'm not saying, Suicide Compound, but, I could take some of that victory, then pair up into either put it in the token locker or put it in the farm and stake it in. And when you stake Compound into the farm, then you're going to get tickets, right? And essentially by continuing to compound into the platform, you're going to win tickets daily anyway. I'd like to retroactively give everyone who's joined Suidex from day one until now, which is 3 months, would be pretty foolish because then we're just going to be giving away a shit ton of tokens. So it has to be people who are continuing to join, but also people who if you have a position and you're earning tokens anyway, that means you can unlock daily tokens with your yield, right? Which is a great way to see it. But we will definitely be giving tickets to people who are involved right now. But don't expect 1 million tickets because you were in before. It's a new product, so we need to attract people from the launch of it to get going with it.
Hey, and Richie,
You
for me,
understand?
anybody that will go to my stream or Richie's stream and like, comment, subscribe, and go into the Suidex Telegram and the SuiTrump Telegram and show that you did that, you can get an airdrop of some SuiTrump coin because I still have quite a bit from the promo wallet for promos such as this.
Nice. Yeah. Brett, are you there?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Nice. Welcome. Welcome to the open mic.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here, buddy. This is amazing. I'm just looking at what you've set in front of us, and I'm just like hoping and wishing that I have some liquidity when the time comes, so I can stake. And I like games, especially when it comes to things like the wheel and having seen you've demonstrated perform these kind of winning lottery kind of games live. It'd be interesting to be able to see if I can win some. I feel like the only luck I've ever really had is bad luck when it's come to crypto lately. So it'll be neat to see if I drink a couple of green beers, if I can win something off of that Wheel of Fortune. But I'm really interested in that prediction market. Like, what is your plans? Is this something that's going to be like predictions daily, predictions weekly?
So for prediction, I've seen it done before and it works pretty well. All you need is a good indexer for following prices. And it's just like how you would, you'd come to somewhere like at Mexi or Weeks or something, and you're just going to say, oh, I think today, Sui or Bitcoin or whatever is going to go up. And then if it goes up, you win. If it doesn't go up,
Oh,
you
okay.
lose, right?
So
And
Brett,
depending
if
on
you
how
download
much,
the
mm,
CoinMarketCap application, they're doing that same thing right now. They kind of changed the whole CoinMarketCap app. They have like a prediction thing where you can put the price and win prizes. If you actually want to see it like in on an app live right now, CoinMarketCap app has that going right now.
that's what I mean about how these kind of games exist everywhere these days, right? So what my job is to use as much creativity as I can find to try and make whatever we're rolling out different and unique to whatever is currently on the market. Which is also, if there's anyone who's watching now or watching retrospectively or retroactively or whatever, if you have experience or ideas for games that you think might work on this kind of, this kind of idea, then let me know, right? Because with AI these days, anything can be made and extremely quickly, which
We
is
will
real.
definitely do it better than everyone else. It'll have something extra special than how everyone else is doing it.
Yeah,
That's the only way we do things the better way.
exactly. So usually prediction work like that. You essentially you bet on how much something is going to go up, and then you would be leveraging it essentially to try and win more. Or if it's how much it's going to go down, there's a set amount of time that you have to make that decision, and then if you're right, then you win. These kind of things.
Oh, that's cool. That's what I'm kind of familiar with when it comes to like Polymarket. Like I check daily pretty much every day just to see what the price of Bitcoin is. Is it going to be, is it going to be 90,000? Is it going to be 92,000? Where is it going to be at a certain time? And based off of what the prediction rate is, I usually go long or short sometimes, just because a lot of retail's either bullish or bearish, and it's a good way to kind of get a poll or a sense of where the market might go without trying to create your own poll on YouTube or on Twitter, trying to see where or get the pulse of where crypto might go up or down. And it would be kind of neat to have
Polymarket's a
that.
beast. And actually, Sui Network's going to have one pretty soon. They just haven't really. They're not publicly announcing it yet, but that's what's lining up.
Yeah. Terms, just to speak briefly on the macro before, and then we can get into Elon Musk's questions, right? If like I was plotting this out earlier, and I think you can't really predict what's going to happen in the future. We know this, but if we take here, I've plotted like two circles, right? So this is the 2022 recovery bounce that was brutal because, of course, people thought it was going to go back up to about 60, and we're going to continue up to 100K. From there, this moment of recovery lasted about 70 days, right? of time before then the relief rally failed and it began to drop and continued to go lower to about 15,000. The moment we are in the, if you think that this structure and this structure is the same top, right? This second blue circle would be a relief rally, which is exactly the same amount of days, 70 days, as the one in 2022, right? Which would be shockingly annoying if it does turn out to be the case, right? Because it would be like, okay, if I just, followed past repetition exactly, then I would have been able to time the market perfectly. At the moment, we're seeing, losing 90,000 again. But so really it is in this next, by the end of the month, we will probably know if we are going full bear market or if we're going to be getting a relief further up. So I'd say in about the next 10 days, we'll have confirmation on that question, Brett, on if...
So Richie, I got a question for you since you've been doing this for a long time, because a lot of the, major, people that analyze markets and stuff, they say that the 4-year cycle and all that has been totally like thrown off into, we don't know, because of so many different factors and like the ETFs and so many things that just deranged and rearranged the cycle and so many different factors that it's almost unpredictable now? Or do you think that it's still a solid cycle that you can predict?
Well, reasonably? At the moment, it looks like it's like, for me, I think it kind of like we have top 1, top 2, we go down. There's a short relief market of 70 days, and then we go down further. We have top 1, we have top 2, we go down. There's a short relief rally of 70 days, then we go down further. Like, if that happens, then of course the cycle is perfectly intact because it's completely repeating itself over and over again, right? Because it did exactly the same thing. If you zoomed in here, the same thing would be happening, back. This doesn't go far back enough. Only goes back to 2020 on this chart. But the same things happen. The break of the 4-year cycle would be if we don't go down, if this doesn't happen, and if we do break up from here, then that would be 4-year cycle over.
I have heard some different.
Month, right?
I have heard some different takes on it, to where it's like, instead of a 4-year cycle, it's more like, instead of a year cycle, like 4 years, it's like based on other indicating factors that just because of some price or interest point in 2008, somehow that led to an extra year on this cycle. Like, it's still the 4-year cycle, but this cycle is like 4.5 or 5 years long instead of 4 years. All these different takes like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't concern yourself with that, because all we want to know is if it's going up or down, right? You got to keep it simple. There's like, at this point, there's no point trying to overcomplicate any of it, because we're just, the only market you can trade is the market that you're in and the market you think is going to happen in the future. And if you keep it as simple as that, then it's going to be you spend a lot less time worrying, because I don't know, the whole cycle thing, it seems to work in a cycle, doesn't it? Seems pretty cyclical.
Well, plus
so
for the Suidex, I think because of the utility that they're adding and the utility that companies can use on the network without even being involved in cryptocurrency, because the fact that they can keep their books private by default and compliant, when necessary, that's going to draw in a huge amount of capital and liquidity from companies that just want to use the compute layer, the AI agent layer of the Sui network. And to operate that, they need to have the native coin Sui, which makes the price go up. So I think that makes the Sui coin kind of in a class of its own, because it's not just about cryptocurrency. It is literally like a computer. They're trying to make the new substrate for AI agents to operate on, because they're the only chain, the only thing in existence that can handle the way AI agents operate in the way that they want them to in the future. And I did a lot of research into that, and that's really what it looks like if you understand the tech. So I think I'm bullish on Sui for that reason, because they could break out even if the other coins are not.
Maybe eventually, but at the moment, Sui's price is bad.
Yeah, they still have
You
a lot
can't
of work
polish
to
a
do.
turd. So from all time high, we're down 71%. Sui is down over 20% in the week at the moment. So I think I was charting it earlier. So we're from this, I will take from about there to here. Yeah, we're down 22% in the last 2 weeks. So in terms of short term and long term on Sui right now, it's not looking the best. Before I told you, like, if we do go into bear, you can prepare yourself for supports on Sui is probably going to be around about the 90 cent to 70 cent price range if Bitcoin does lose its power. But then the way up can be extremely fast for Sui. You're right, because this area here from $1.50 to $3 is there's basically not much holding it back.
From what I gathered, most people are guessing around the starting of Q2, like around April, should be when the S2 stack is fully rolled out and people get back into the confidence layer of it.
Possibly.
So
yeah. But yeah, just a little bit
that'd
on
be
their
nice.
market there, because I don't know, and we can't control it. We're a small DEX on Sui. We are at the whim of the macro and the large tokens on the network, Bitcoin, and then Sui is affected by Bitcoin, and we're affected by Sui. Essentially, is how it rolls. So we can't change that. We just have to keep adapting and building as we move through this.
And I feel
market.
one positive thing about it is we're at $1.50 right now, right? And last January it was at an all-time high of 526. So
Yeah.
even if you got it right now and it just went to its previous all-time high, that's like a 3x already. And it takes very little for you to triple your money compared to, like, if you invest in Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin's not going to triple. But
oh yeah, the upside on Sui is massive. It just needs to get the market needs to be right for it to get that way up.
Exactly.
Now you also mentioned something about gold, or maybe XAUM, putting that onto the Suidex. I mean, I've noticed just looking at today how price of gold is kind of like pumping as Bitcoin and crypto is dumping. So I didn't know if you thought about maybe if we are going to, maybe hedge against that. Consider using.
You got to watch more Mischief Finance, Brett. He's doing killer with gold and silver on there.
Yeah,
they're making killings. The problem is, though, if we already have the liquidity, because that's the liquidity question, right? Because we already have liquidity in Victory with the, what do we have? We have a lot with USDC, and we also have with Sui, right? So in terms of liquidity, we have, where would we be market? So we already have two large liquidity pools for us. We have 100K in USDC, and we have like 80K, 85K with Sui, right? And then we have another 10K of liquidity with Bitcoin. By having two large liquidity pools, that is good. But if we were to have them have three large liquidity pools, it wouldn't be the best, because we're separating too much of our liquidity out, which would make more issues. So it's kind of, we're already linked with so many coins and liquidity. I don't want to make more connections with that. So it's a bit tricky right now in trying to figure out what to do there, because being tied to the dollar is also great. If Bitcoin goes up or down, then being tied to a dollar doesn't affect anything there. But gold is doing very well, yes, but it's already all-time high. So if you're gonna, here's gold here. If we're gonna tie ourselves to an all-time high token, right? Like, this is gold on Sui. So this is the XAUM coin pegged to gold. So, and if we were to say, let's tie ourselves to a token which is punching all-time highs after all-time highs, eventually that all-time high will turn into an all-time lower and lower and lower, and it will start topping down. And as that's topping down, then Sui will probably start pumping, right? And Bitcoin will start pumping. And then we'll be tied into the wrong thing. so it's tricky. It's tricky to know where to tie, but definitely the wrong choice is to tie liquidity in too many places. We need to have strong liquidity in, I think, two large liquidity pools is more than enough. Most tokens only have one large liquidity pool.
Yeah, I had to close my shorts on gold and silver. I was expecting it to drop, and it did not drop, so I had to close it. So I'm wondering how much further we're going to go up, and maybe go back in to see if I can throw a short on there, especially in a week or two from now.
I think gold will keep running for at least another 2 months. I think it's going to keep going.
Oh wow!
I would
So
say.
should we pair something to ride that 2 months? If your expectation is it to continue to pump for 2 months, wouldn't you want to have something maybe short term?
But then I'd rather do it with the dollar because I know the dollar is going to be worth $1.
Yeah, right. Like gold and USDC pairing.
Yeah, we could do that. We could make some fun things with that. We could try and incentivize it. A couple questions, and then Elon Musk will get to your questions. How will people who are already stake gain tickets? You can compound. Good. Loving the update so far. Oh, that's from Paste from Sui Builders. Yeah, I want to talk to Paste about that actually. Hi Richie and the other Mike and chat. Oh, hi from people. Derivatives. Good. Looking forward to the fun update. Fisher has reposted the stream. Good. Thanks, Fisher. Everyone should be reposting the stream. That would be great. Will we earn tickets for locking victory in the token locker? Yes. And will we earn more tickets for locking victory for 3 years versus locking victory for 1 year? Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. War with NATO in the next couple of weeks. Bitcoin going to crash, gold pumps. Okay. Yeah, true.
Well, if that's the sentiment, we should just tie it to the Iranian rial, which is, that's crashed. So we're only going to get upside from that if it comes back, right? I know I bought about $500 worth.
Did you? Nice. That's extreme gambling. I like that.
No, it's on the black market, but it could be worth millions if it goes back. So
true. That's true, actually. But then they could also change the currency into a dollar.
Don't make me slap you in the face for that comment.
But yeah, with NATO the next couple of weeks, yeah, war with NATO. I don't know if that's on the cards, but it is the daily. Like at the moment, my trading strategy at the moment is wait until around about this time of the day and see what Trump says, and then trade on it. Is as simple as I'm keeping crypto at the moment. What Trump says, Trump opens his mouth, I trade.
Yeah, basically, what you can have your hand over I made a joke, you could have your mouse over the long or the short button and just listen to Truth Social for his posts. And depending on what it says, you press the button and then you're going to win like that. But, most of what he says is all talk. It's leverage. He's trying to pull the leverage game. I doubt there's going to be any wars, but,
Actually, the pizza prediction market's a good one. That's actually been pretty spot on, man.
Exactly. I've seen that site as well. It's pretty cool.
What was it Trump did today? He decided to copy paste text messages he was sending to Macron.
I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Okay. Like Trump decided to copy paste text messages which Macron sent him, the president of France.
Yeah, he basically trolls people, constantly online like that.
Yeah.
And the latest thing was, since he wants to get Greenland, any of the countries that are trying to prevent it or send out like aid, he's going to put tariffs against them, starting at 10% and going up to 25%.
Oh yeah, that's what really moved the markets. That's crazy. Dizo says, what are the tickets for? The tickets are for the Sui games. So let me just, if you missed the beginning of the stream, let me just quickly show you. I'll spin the wheel again.
That's a nice thumbnail they got there. That victory horse is really nice.
Very nice victory horse. So basically the tickets will get you access to our new website, which is attached to your Sui farm position, where you get spins. You get spins of wheels and activity in future games. We will have Victory Lottery, a predictions game, and the Wheel of Victory is live for testing for today's purposes. So when you spin the wheel, essentially think of it like boosted yield, because you're going to win either victory, locked victory, SuiTrump, or like here, nothing, because can't win every time. So if I spin again, you're going to see the different prizes that you might be able to win. Here I got $5. So you get $5 of this is liquid. So $5 of victory would be sent to your wallet. Boom, in it goes. Also, will the victory token already staked give us tickets? Not already staked. Well, I've been asked this question now like 4 or 5 times. The thing is, like, it's boosted yield, right? So the yield is being boosted on people who are participating in our new product. If we retroactively give everyone who's already staked in the platform tickets, that's essentially us giving everyone who's staked in the platform a massive airdrop of victory token, which we know would probably lead to a large dump of people who got the tickets, right? Whereas if people are, for example, you're already in the victory, staked in the victory pool, you're earning victory every single day, which you could then stake back into the single stake or into the LP farm, which would then get you tickets. So you already have a ticket generation machine running, right? You're already making ticket after ticket after ticket. So why you could just compound that back in, compound some of it back in, and immediately get tickets and play the games, and then get more yield, right? So you can kind of see it in that way. Or you can use our referral system, which will be linked to this as well. Invite more people in and get yourself more tickets. And also, the referral system will give you 10% of whatever your referees win. So if you refer John and John wins $1,000, you will win $100, right? So that's also a really big incentive for people to talk about the new edition we're rolling out. How can we become beta testers? Just be in the Telegram. We're going to be opening up for beta testing in, I guess, 4 or 5 days, and we will give you the testing site and let you spin away like a maniac.
Hey, I'm back. By the way, I'm ready for your questions when you are.
And Richie, remember that the victory lockers, they're getting a bonus payout in SuiCoin every week, which nobody else is doing. There's no other DApp that you can stake a mission token or any random token and get paid out in Sui native coin as a bonus from the fee structure. 80% of the fees go back to the community, to the users. So that's also a big deal.
And also from the Suidex games, the last thing I'll say is that the big picture for this, the reason that we wanted to make a whole gaming site as opposed to just making a plugin for the Sui farm is because we want to use this as a way of building larger treasury fund for victory buybacks, larger treasury fund for rewarding Sui to victory stakers. So just like we take the majority of the revenue created by Suidex is given back to the people, we'll be doing exactly the same style with Sui games, where it's all about pulling back into the flywheel, rewarding people who are in the platform, is the big picture for this. Okay, what questions do you have, Elon Muskie? Fire.
Is it possible for me to share my screen?
Yeah, if you click on like present and invite, it might pop up.
Yep,
Or it should pop up.
There's a plus. Are you on a phone or a computer?
I'm on my computer.
Yeah, at the bottom there's a square with a plus sign on it.
Yeah, no, I've got that, but it's asking me if I want to. Oh, here we go, entire screen. And for some reason, it doesn't let me hit share. Well, I was going to share with you what I have going on, but can you see? You see my tabs? Okay, I'm going to go back between tabs. Tell me if you can see. Can you see our stream?
I've got it. It's saying SuiTrump.
Yeah, so on this one, just so people understand where I'm coming from when I ask these questions, I have 400 million SuiTrump coin currently.
Nice. Yee!
Yeah, I think I hold more than the liquidity wallet.
No, you don't. Almost.
Or not, yeah, almost. Well, I keep buying it, so. And well, then let's see the next one.
With this game, maybe you will soon because I'll be giving away a lot of SuiTrump as prizes, right?
Yeah. So the next one is I'm going to share this screen real quick. All right. So this is my farm, or this is my positions. You guys can see that?
Oh, sweet. We get to see it live? Yes.
All right. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about is I followed Richie since he did his first video. I think it was 2021. And out of all the projects that he's talked about, been a part of, told people to invest in, I've lost about $20,000, but I've also gained $190,000 I
Jesus.
track all of that. So made almost $200,000, you know, profit on all the stuff that you call out. So thanks, Richie. I appreciate that.
Man, you take the risk, you get the reward, right?
That's right.
I just got a real quick say on that. I am right there with you, bro. I've been subscribed to Richie since 2020. Back in the day, he's been a total upstanding guy. Full transparency. Everything he does is for the people to win, for the community to actually profit instead of line his own pockets. That's been a staple of his personality and his channel the whole time. That's why I've been around the whole time. He's a great guy, solid guy.
100%. Yep, 100%. And the thing about it is he always right? No.
happening.
But I'll tell you this, when he calls on something and it doesn't go right, he loses like you do. It's not like he's calling something out, making all the gains, and then dumping on people, right? He's in the trenches with us. So
100%.
So currently, if I remember correctly, the farm has $510,000 in it. Is that right? Roughly 510 grand. I think. You can hear me, right? Hello?
I can hear you.
Did Richie drop out?
Oh, I can hear you.
I think Richie's froze.
No, Richie's not froze.
Oh, I cannot hear Richie at all. Can you guys hear him?
I'm back. Sorry.
There you are.
Connection.
What the hell, man?
Yeah,
Waited
sorry.
that whole time. He's like, fuck this guy. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Continue.
So anyway, Richie, what I was saying is the farm currently has about 510 grand in it. Last I checked. Okay, good deal. So this is my positions. If you add all of these up, it's about $43,000. And if you were to go over to my token locker currently has, I believe, about $3 grand in it. Yeah, 1.2 million victory. So
it's a nice bag.
So where this is at is with all of my positions here, I have, why the hell isn't that going back? Here we go. With all my positions here, I've got about $46,000 invested in the farm, or about 9% of the farm, which is about 5 million victory, 400 million SuiTrump. I think I've got a ton of truth in there as well. From not just my perspective being one of the larger people here, but even for the guy that just has $100 invested in any one of these, where do you see the best strategy being going forward? Because I know that as we go, these APRs are going to change here. And when you go to the token locker, you're going to get better rewards, higher rewards. But when do we know when that tipping point is going to be, so that I don't, I want to be a good actor. I'm probably never going to sell my SuiTrump. I'm going to farm off of it forever. My victory, I'm going to keep restacking. I go in here and my pending rewards every day. There's about $100 every single day. And I just batch claim. I go into the Suidex. I swap half of it and then I stake it right back in. Sometimes I put it into, USDC, or I'll put it into the Sui victory pool. But when is it going to tip? How do we know it's going to tip to where it's going to be better to put my victory into, the token locker for better gains?
So in terms of like for tipping it, it's set on a schedule, right? So let me check in the dash, because it's basically on a timer. So you can see, what is it? Suidex admin.
Hey, Muskie, I was looking that up. Would you be able to tell us your strategy when you claim, like, what is your reinvestment and compounding strategy that you like to do?
Sure. So I go into, here, hold on. Every day I go at 4:30 a.m. every single day. I look at my pending rewards, and it's typically, I don't know, it's about $100 to $120 depending on the market. I'll batch claim all of this, and then I'll go into the Suidex, and I will take the victory that I have. I'll sell half of the victory for either Sui one day and then victory Sui one day and then USDC the next day, back and forth like that. And I take that, put it back into liquidity. I add a liquidity position and bring it back in, and I put it into my positions here in the farms. So 50% of the time I'm putting it right back into this, and 50% of the time I'm putting it back into this. And I'll tell you, I have $46,000 into this farm and token locker right now. That was only 38 when this started. And because of my compounded interest is one of the most important and powerful things in the world. I compound every day on a schedule. That's brought me up to 46K. And how long has the farm been open? Imagine in a year where I'm going to be.
A little over 3 months, I think.
We're week 12. So
there you go. So in 12 weeks, yep, I've made $8,000 by doing that.
So this is like our back end where we watch and we can, do a bunch of stuff with the contract. A lot of it's immutable though, right? Which means it can't be changed, like the schedule of the emissions. So this is emission management for Suidex. You can see we're on week 12 of 156, which is 87% complete on week 12, right? What that means is when we turn into week 13, we go to the next emission shift, which is where we start to see the biggest change actually in Suidex, which is the one that I programmed in. So this is a lot of numbers, I know. But essentially we'll just highlight this part. Let me make it big. So we have phase 1, which was week 1 to 4. Then we have phase 2. Then we have phase 3. So phase 3 happens week 14, sorry. So coming in, week 13. So coming into week 13, we will see the emissions changing on, I want to go to the pool locker. Yeah, this pool, wait 1 second. Getting cross-eyed. Too many numbers. Essentially, it's where the single stake for the farm, which would be the positions at the bottom here.
Hey, Richie, if you go to the suidex.org and go to the white paper, there is a graphic that displays the emission schedule visually. That's a lot easier to look at.
Okay.
Go to Suidex.
Basically, what we're going to be seeing is in 4 or 5 days, we're going to see the APRs on the single asset pools dropping by quite a few percent. I was going to give the exact percents, which is an easier way to kind of explain it. And all of that percentage is going to be moved into the victory locker. So definitely from the next 4 or 5 days, you're going to see one of the biggest shifts in APR change in the token locker as opposed to the single asset pools. And that the next emission shift after that will not be for, I think, 2 or 3 months. So it's giving that big change on basically the 3-month point to give more incentive to people to start staking more victory in the locker is that point. In terms of you want to see visually what's happening, it's kind of like this. Yeah, this page here. So what you're seeing is the purple line is LP staking rewards. The blue line is single staking rewards for USDC, Bitcoin, and Sui, not for victory, because the yellow line is your victory single stake rewards. You can see these continue to go up until by the end of the platform, they're actually matching. So the LP reward will be the same as the victory stake reward. But in victory stake, you only have 4 options: 1 week, 3 month, 1 year, 3 year. Whereas in the LP stake, you have multiple options, right? Which means the allocation of APR into each pool in the victory stake is going to get larger and larger the longer we're going on with this platform. So in terms of exactly, just so people can know, this is all in the docs, by the way. It's been in the docs since day 1, even before day 1. If we come to, I want to see when we have all of them, locker, pool.
And you put in a lot of research into these schedules, right? You even had advisors helping you with this, and you looked up successful farms that had the same approach. And so this is highly calculated to be a successful emission schedule. It's not just like
here it is. Find it.
Guess.
So what happens is on week 13, the LP's allocation will go down by 4%, and that 4% will be moved into the victory locker, and that's down 62% to 58%. So more than half is still going into the LPs, of course. And then we have from the single stake, your Bitcoin, USDC, or Sui staked, single staked, the rewards are going to be going down from 12% to 7%, and that's being moved into the token locker. Token locker will then be going up from 23% up to 32%. then that will stay at 32% until week 27 when it goes up to 40%. So it continues to go up and up and up, pulling mostly from the single stake and going into the victory locker is the big picture. So from next week, you're going to see a big change, to answer the question simply. And then we'll continue to move on. In terms of like advice for what you should do with your big bags. So what I do is I have a pretty straightforward strategy. At the moment, I'm still LPing. So I go into either the Bitcoin victory pool or I go into the USDC victory pool, because I'm quite bearish on Sui, as people might know, because the token performance has been shit, to say it. Until Sui turns and starts going bullish, I'm not going to be very bullish on the asset, to be honest. So we need to see that change, that flip on Sui. It will go back up. I believe it will, but at the moment, it's not doing the best. So I go into either USDC victory or Bitcoin victory with about 75%. Then some of it too, I like use other things, like for example, just hold funds in Navi, which is just a lending protocol. The APR is tiny. I'm getting like 1% to 2% APR. But I just put the funds in here, like Bitcoin and USDC and things, and I just sit them in and I wait for dips, big dips. Like I'm waiting for a huge dip on Sui, which I think will eventually come. That's when I'll deploy these funds, grab, and then rotate them back into the farm. Having more tokens is kind of how I do it. But I'm in LP at the moment, but because we do have this shift, which is coming, we'll be getting more rewards in the token locker. I'll probably start going more in there as well, because it's the whole point is like, if you're comfortable with locking your funds for 3 months or 1 year, then sure, go into the token locker. If you're not, and you just want to be able to grab your funds at any point, then the LP pools are a better place for you to go in with your funds, because we never know what happens, with markets.
So that for me tells me that for the next, I guess, until we're into week 55 or so, it's going to be more lucrative for me to stay into the pools, keep compounding back and forth. I do it between USDC and Sui paired with Victory, because that allows me to hedge my bets both ways. If something surges or something drops, I'm going to gain on the backside.
Yeah. Because this pool also, the Sui USDC is great as well, because
100%.
You're not going to get 86% constant APR.
Yeah,
it's great. Yeah.
And then, so Furley was asking, I do 5 days of that back and forth between USDC victory and Sui victory. And then days 6 and 7, which are on my weekends, I pull that over and I dump that into my token locker and make yet another stake. And I do 3 months on them. For me, I think that's stake long enough for me, but I like the accessibility in case I want to do something different with it or change things up. But I think doing at least the 3 month, earning the Sui on the back end is definitely the way to go. Now, if somebody has a really long-term view, and by the way, I do have a long-term view of this farm and token locker. That's why I've got, 50K invested. You can do 1 year, 3 years, whatever you want. I think it's a great play. Even if you just want to do a small portion, it doesn't hurt to lock it up there, because look where the emission schedule is going to turn over and start benefiting that token locker even more. So
the bonus also is a lot bigger on the payout too. Now, Richie, is that bonus, is that for the extra Sui, or is that for victory also, like when it says 8x on the 3 year?
No, that's on the victory. So that's how we set the allocation. I've been meaning to get the dev to update that so it's super clear. There's a couple things the UI dev still has to fix. So our new backend guy did a really great job on speeding up the site. So now that it's all running on the backend, which is great. But on the front end, there's still some small issues with the UI, which we have to keep doing. The builder for the game site is a different UI dev, which is why we'll be able to ship it much faster and faster. Like the performance will be fast from the get-go because it's already been built from the back end, and the UI has been built by someone else. So it will be a much smoother experience from the get-go with that.
And you can build the game site without knowing how to program and move programming language, which barely anybody knows how to do.
Yeah, exactly. We just need to sign in for the game site, and that's already done now. Now we just go with the rest.
I do have a question. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you have another question? Go for it.
Yeah, I do. So something that I noticed is items that are in the farm token locker, all those, they do not show up in the broader market. So I'm going to share my page one more time with you,
Sure.
so I can show you something here. If I go into, let's do the SuiTrump one. Can you see my page here?
Now I'm gonna add it. Let me add to stage. Oh wait, remove, add. Yes, can see.
All right. So I have 400 million tokens. So I should be right in between the two of these on SuiScan. And it does not pick up my assets on any assets that I have, whether it be Victory, Sui, USDC, Truth Token, whatever. It doesn't show up on any of the scans. I don't know if this is affecting the farm or our viewability, aggregation, or anything like that. I just wanted to bring this up and get your thoughts as to why we wouldn't show up, because I do still hold those assets. I'm just holding them within a farm.
This is to do with Sui Vision and Sui Scan, and they're aware of the issue. That we've told them since day one, since we launched, about this issue, but they don't want to put the work in to show the pools, because they said if you don't have $5 million if you don't have $5 million worth of assets staked in your farm, we're not going to lift a finger. Is essentially what they said. So we said, all right, we'll get back to you when we have 5 million TVL. That's good. All right. So with one way to be able to track it is we're working with Noodles, which is noodles.fi. So they at the moment show the LP in the farm, in the decks. They don't yet show the LP in the farm, but they're working on it. And so they'll be able to show all assets, which are in the locker, in the farm, and on the decks quite soon. So they're a great place to be the best resource for checking up on Suidex. In terms of like the other guys though, like SuiScan, SuiVision is really different to like Binance Smart Chain or Base Chain, where you make a contract, you put it online, you verify it, and then it's shown, right? For Sui, everything needs to be added. Because we didn't copy anyone when we made the platform, it means that because we're new and original, means that they need to put in their work to get us listed on SuiScan and SuiVision. And for some reason, they just haven't yet. It's frustrating, but
and that is still similar to the way it works. Like even if you were going to deposit into like Cetus or something, it won't show up in your wallet. You get like an NFT receipt as for how much you have in there. It doesn't show up as actual coins in your wallet, but it'll be on Cetus. So
yeah, but then you can find that on SuiScan as the NFT, and then they have the NFT registered where it shows how much is in the NFT, right?
So the farms are not even showing up on SuiScan or SuiVision at the moment? Like
No,
the
they
farm
don't.
positions?
No.
Okay.
That's what, like, we had a call with them as well, like a couple months ago, like a video call. And they're like, "Oh yeah, sure, yeah, we're gonna get that done." And then about a day later, they're like, "Oh yeah, if you could just get $5 million in there, we'll do it." It's like, all right, thanks, guys. You bunch
Well,
of dicks.
good thing is I just got what we needed from the crew. We should be able to get on SuiScan pretty soon now that we have the index API and all that information.
We should. I mean, to be honest, it's not like Sui's in the best place right now. We have a working protocol that's audited and live and bringing in cash into Sui, which is paying their fees, right? The fees, the validation fees that the Sui Foundation get, right? So we're part of that, and they should be putting the work in to list us on SuiScan and SuiVision, but they're not at the moment.
Well, I think aggregation is going to help with that as well, right, Richie? The only problem is that it's a step by step. So you're going to have to go to one, have them aggregate you. That gets all incorporated. Then you got to go to the next one, maybe Cetus, and they aggregate you, and then you go to the next, so on and so forth. So you can't have 15 of them aggregate you at once, because that's typically not how they do it on Sui. They kind of make you have your first one, and then they watch you and do it a second, right?
Yep.
It looks like we're going to be on Aftermath pretty soon. And also the connection I was talking about is with Cetus. We should be able to be aggregated on Cetus and get a connection to SuiScan through my connection with Cetus protocol.
Who's that, Amy?
Yeah, she's pretty competent because I helped her out with a lot of stuff. And we were both on Yeah, we were both on the Hack and Proof audit at the same time because after their event they had, they went on Hack and Proof as well. So that's how I got into contact with her.
And they made her take all the heat.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly what I said to her. She doesn't even know how to code, but yeah, she's a really great person. She's like she agrees that all the dexes should be aggregating together and helping each other out and SUI network and stuff. So she said, just give her she wants me to give her the information. She has a connection with SuiScan and she can get the ball rolling.
Cool.
Yeah, with Aftermath, yeah, they're working on it right now. So that'll be probably the first one because we were supposed to be going through Noodles to get the swap running. But then after a call with Noodles, they explained that they don't actually aggregate themselves. They aggregate the aggregators. It's like, oh, you aggregate the aggregators, do you? Okay. So, and then they're like,
I saw that movie Inception too.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, oh, all right. So it's like, so who do I need to talk to, Noodles? They're like, oh, talk to Aftermath. So I've got in touch with Aftermath, and then now we're going through the same conversations with them. But they're
Richie, what
responsive.
about Potato Finance? Because I know you talked to them. Like, is there anything going on with that? Did that ever work out to anything?
Potato let me check. They aggregate through Noodles, and Noodles aggregate through Aftermath. So I'm pretty sure the swap on Potato is actually just going through Aftermath.
Well, as far as like showing the LPs, because one thing that Potato Finance is good at doing is they were able to show like the staking pools on Moonbags that were not shown anywhere else. So they're good at showing things that are not visible on any other place. And the way they operate is they want to show everything. Like it shouldn't be a barrier to entry because their whole spiel of their site is they want to show absolutely everything they can about the SUI network. So it should be like, just give them what they need to see it and put it on their site and they'll do it. That's what I've seen so far. They'll add any project as long as they give them the information.
Yeah, I mean, I'll DM him and see what he said. Can do that.
Hey guys, I have clients. I have like 10 clients blowing my phone up at the moment. So I want to say thank you.
They're going to sell themselves, man.
Yeah, no shit.
Thank you for your large forehead, sir, and your baller accounts on the decks. Keep those videos coming.
Yeah, and for anybody that was watching this stream, like I said, I've been with Richie or known Richie for years. He's a good shit. I plan on being in pretty much anything he gets into. And if he's like, hey, I think this is a killer shot, I always take a shot at it. But his farm, take this from somebody who invests a couple $1 million in the stock market each year. And, I'm about 250K into crypto each year. I'm very confident, and I would not throw my money, my hard-earned money, into shit. If once in a while I'll grab a shit coin. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but I don't plan on selling any of my assets. If I do, it's going to be in a managed way that is good for the protocol and that doesn't dump on it. I know some people get nervous when you have people that hold large bags, but that's not how I, do things. So anyway, guys, I appreciate all of you. You guys all rock. Wise DGen, you suck as usual. And Brett Prince, I wish you would have shut up for 5 seconds so we could have all had a discussion, but you just won't stop down there. So, but I got to take care of my clients. Peace out. I appreciate all you're doing there, Richie and Wise DGen and all you guys. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, man. Thanks for your time.
I would like to verify that both of those things are true about what Elon Musk said. He has definitely been a baller figure in everything Richie does. He actually has what he has and does what he does, and he means what he says, because I've seen it over the years. And what he said about Richie is absolutely true as well. 100%.
Yeah, that's why I like Elon Musk actually, because he, if he says, yeah, okay, it's not like he's going to go like, it's either 110% or nothing. You don't have a middle.
Well, if you guys want if you want the proof in the pudding, I've had that 400 million SuiTrump since it opened. And at one point it was worth about 140K. I could have easily cashed out, dumped on the program, taken profits, but I believe in what Richie does. So what did I do? I held on to it. I put it in the farm and I earn on it daily because he's. And you
bring the receipts. That's the cool part too.
Yep. All right, guys. I'll catch you later.
See you later.
Thank you, bro.
Right, we have a question from Paras. Hello, Paras. Long time no talk, actually. Hi Richie, why don't you use the single staking funds for market making? You don't have to decrease the APR on single assets. When volume drops on LP pool, use market maker to increase APR on LP pool. And when there is more volume on LP pairs, reduce the APR on single asset. It's because the way the platform's designed, it is immutable. It can't be changed. The set APR or allocation going into the single asset was set from the very start of the platform. When we launched, we were very clear on how the allocation rewards will taper down over time. Can't be changed. In terms of like using them for market making, I can't touch the funds which are in the single asset. I'm not able to remove them. I'm not able to do anything with them. They are the user's assets. So when they go in the vault, they are in the vault. When they decide to take them out the vault, they come out the vault and go back in their wallet. I can't touch any of the assets which are put into the farm. I know like some platforms have that. They use the single asset and then they pull them out and put them into lending and make APR in them. And when people claim them out, then they take them out the lending and then put them back in the pool. But I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to have access to any user's funds in the farm. I didn't want that kind of security issue. How about G-Blue? G-Blue is awesome. That's it. Get on Abstract, buy some G-Blue. It's dope. Thanks for sharing.
Oh yeah, I have an update from last Thursday's show. I was able to successfully swap into that G Blue that you sent me on last Thursday's show, right after I got off. Yeah.
You got staked in G Blue?
Yep.
Good. Yeah, G Blue is a project on Abstract Chain, and it's pretty cool. Definitely worth checking out. I have a video due on it. I think I can get one done tomorrow, actually. On the G Blue.
Because I was connected to the site, but I was connected to the site with the wrong network, because in the networks there's like two of them at the same name. There's like one that's even more second layer than, or a layer 2 extra layer, because I'm not too familiar with EVMs, but I figured it out. Once I got on the right network, it worked just fine.
Okay. So Brett, what else is going on with you, Brett? Now we've got you live.
Oh, well, it was like one of those things where I felt like I couldn't get a word edgewise, so I was just the quiet guy in the corner, just kind of just chilling, taking in everything, especially with Elon Muskie. I wanted to get a word edgewise, but he was showing off everything that he was doing.
You can speak up, Brett. It's not like you have to like wait for total silence. You can say, "Hey, like, I have a question."
Oh well. I'm not really used to proper etiquette on a stream, so that's I usually wait till like the pause in the conversation, and I'm
on the X live spaces you can put your hand up, a silent like, "Hey, I'm waiting to speak," but yeah.
It's like I prefer sometimes to be like Silent Bob and just make a comment here and there out of the blue. But I wanted to ask Elon Musk more about what he thought about truth, or and because he's also a large holder, because he was going through his holdings of SuiTrump and Victory, and he also had a lot of truth, or at least that's what he was saying, truth tokens that he was claiming.
He put them in the farm, I think.
Yeah, and he has a lot locked up, but just till February. So in February, he's going to be. I would imagine he's going to be putting that in the farm. That's why he wanted to get them.
Yeah, and I'm actually really excited to see aggregation going on. Just looking at the APR. I mean, going back to that whole single stake. I mean, there's no trade fees being generated, and those trade fees help pay for liquidity holders, and also to pay for buybacks of Victory. So it's important to make sure that allocating any kind of Victory out is somewhat predetermined to be profitable or a good decision, especially when you're trying to create another farm pair. Looking at the single staking APRs, I mean, they're crazy. I mean, I just you don't see such a huge or high APR for a single stake.
I've checked the other dApps on pretty much everything that's on the Sui on the Slush wallet for APRs, I still haven't found any APR that's higher than the ones that we have on the farm.
Yeah,
honestly.
when I looked around for savings accounts, for lending protocols all along Sui blockchain, trying to find where could I stick USDC and earn anything that's 2 digits, like 10% or 11% or 12% APR, and I couldn't find that many, and it was one of those things where um, looking at what we offer. It's crazy. I mean, yes, you have to hold your USDC in, hold your Bitcoin and your Sui in for, a couple days or a couple weeks just to make sure you can cover your initial fee and your eventual withdrawal out. But it's one of those things where I know that if I choose not to withdraw and I just wait until I think later on, I think you said later this year, there's going to be an option to pull our single stakes out, right, without paying
Exactly.
a fee.
Yeah,
So
yeah. When they go to zero, which will be like 1 year,
mhm.
at the end of the single stake, when the APR goes down to 0, that's when I'll remove the 4% withdrawal, and then people can just exit and leave.
Yeah, so there's really no cost, and it's one of those things where the
Yeah.
APR is still way higher than inflation. So you're still making sizable return, especially in this kind of hiatus between going to a potential bear market or
Yeah.
maybe going to our second leg for that bull market. So it's a question of whether the bulls or bears are going to prevail in the next couple months.
Well, you saw firsthand what Elon Musk. I mean, it's been a bear market since the farm opened, pretty much. And he said he went from like 36. He said he made like $8,000 in a bear market just by compounding. So I mean that tells you a lot right there. I mean, we don't all have that amount of money, but it's the same percentages happening. So if it was just you had 10% of that, you could be making $800 in a bear market. He's asking about the Wheel of Victory. Richie, maybe might be a good idea to just do a quick overview of the games, because a lot of people join these things late,
Yeah,
and they,
true. I was just messaging Potato. It was a good
Okay.
idea actually to message them. Is there a minimum USD value that we must stake lock to earn tickets for the Wheel of Victory? I'm thinking like $10, probably, like something like that. Nothing big. So, because we want people to like use it for compounding. So, like, if say you've got like $420 of rewards, and you're like, oh great, I can take like half of that, put that back in, I'll $10 in, then $10 ticket, and then I get a ticket, then I can earn extra yield. I think that'd be a fair enough amount. Before I was thinking like 25, but then I thought, nah, 25 is too high, because it's not everyone who's able to compound $25 into a pool. You'd need, substantial thousands of dollars of assets to, for example, compound daily with $20. So I'd say about $10 is understood. I think it's doable. And then if you're like, oh, I've got $8 of victory, I just need to add $2 more in. I'll buy $2 of victory. I'll stick it in the pool, and then I'll get a ticket. Right? Is the way I think we're going to go with it. It's the best way. But that kind of specific documentation will be ready for when we're beta testing, which will be 3-4 days. And then you'll get the big news on that. The wheel, you want to see me spin the wheel one more time? Okay. Second.
I mean, I would like to see the prizes. Did you mention something about NFTs as a potential
that's
prize?
coming. Oh yeah, for NFTs that's coming soon as well. So at the moment, the prize. So here's the wheel. This is the Wheel of Victory. So the prizes for launch for beta testing is $5. Firstly, liquid victory. So that's just victory into your wallet, right? We have $5, $50, and $1,000 of liquid victory is the 3 prizes for that. We then have 1 week locks of victory, $5, $20, $25. On a $5, $20, we have 3-month locks, 25, 50, 100, 1 year lock, 250 1 year lock, we have the big one, which is the $3,500 of victory, which would be a 3-year lock, which would essentially be you just earning on $3,500 worth of value every single day, which is an awesome prize. Then we have SuiTrump coin. So you get $10 SuiTrump, $50 SuiTrump, $500 of SuiTrump straight into your wallet. These would be for listing, but because it's completely adaptable, we can add NFTs for Potato Land. We can add Dooney's NFTs. We can add Rolex watches, you know, whatever. And as a prize, because then when someone wins it, I get registered in the database, and then I finalize the transaction on that. So yeah, the prizes that we can give can be anything for this. Easy, you know, I've deposited into the pool. Say I put $10 into the LP pool. I get a spin. I come here. I spin my wheel. And, oh, I need to connect. I need to refresh. Yeah, I spin the wheel, and then we go. We're good. We're signing. Yeah, good. So that's just to sign to get into the platform, then I spin. Actually, on the mobile phone, it's a bit of a better experience than on desktop, which is interesting. Then I've won $5. Yes.
Yeah, Richie, I was just gonna say, I am logged in on my phone on StreamYard. If I disappear for a second, I'll be right back because I'm gonna share my screen on the phone and show you the mobile part.
Okay. He's leaving us.
So you mentioned something about Potato Land.
Yeah.
So have you checked on your province? Has it been changed over the name to something SuiTrump like, or?
No, they kept saying no. They said it has to fit the lore and it can't have anything to do with Trump. This is like, all right, fair enough.
What about Suidex? Is it possible to maybe work that in
Yeah, no.
some way? Because I noticed, just because my heroes are pledged to you, there was a recent thing, or I noticed on their X, they were talking about tribes or
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Enlisting your province, or setting up your province to choose a specific tribe to participate in battles or tournaments,
Yes.
or things like that. So I was kind of curious what you might be up to when it comes to that, since my heroes are pledged to you. You have my sword.
For Potato, I'm waiting for it. It's not loading. I don't know why. So at the moment, what I'm doing, because they added a bunch of new assets to Potato Land. Why isn't it load my potatoes? It's not loading up. I don't know why. They added a load of new assets and weapons, right? They added a sledgehammer and paper, gravel, and like a paper making machine. So at the moment I'm working on them to see what they are. But like every time you feel like you're getting ahead of this game, they release a new something new that you need to buy.
Are you able are you able to craft those kind of items, those kind of weapons? Because that'd be kind of interesting to win those kind of items, so I can equip my heroes to be better knights or warriors for you, you know?
Oh yeah, we could do that. We could because there's so many different NFTs that are available on Potato Land. There's a bunch that we can use. Let me just change this. Maybe it's my VPN. Maybe it doesn't like being in Japan. Why DJ keeps coming in and coming out? What do you think are the odds to win the $3,500 reward? Let me check. Everything is statistics, right? Wheel of Victory. Where's the doc? Fortune. I'd have to find the doc I gave the dev. But the rates for winning percentage are all dynamic, but they're set. So I'll find it for you. So on launch, it was, oh, there we go. Wheel of Victory, 3,500. I set it at 0.025%. So yeah, it's So not even 0.1% chance, 0.025% chance, because there's also, I put in a $2,000 for 0.075, 500 for 0.25, $100 for 1.5%. These were all the rough numbers that I gave to the dev for the making of it. No prize is 25%, so 25% of the amount of time you're good, probably might come out with no prize. But these we'll fix up and make them more dynamic as we go along. You know, here like a 1 year lock, I wanted a subtotal of 14% of the time you can get 1 year lock. Here, liquid victory, 3.65% for like all of them falling on them, because it's got to come up to 100% basically. So you just take them all, allocate, say how much would be a no-win reward, what would be the highest reward. But I think for the highest reward, roughly around about there, I think is pretty fair, like 0.1 to 0.05 to 0.025, something like that. Sounds like because say we get like 1,000 spins a day, then how many times do we want people hitting on $3,500, right? That's the big question. I think Wise DJ just left us. He just ran away.
Yeah, he does everything on his phone, so his phone might have just kind of crashed.
I just got a
Possibly.
call, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at Potato Land, wasn't I? Where's it gone? I've lost Potato Land. Here? Huh? I lost my browser.
It's like one of those things
There it
where
is.
I was looking at the price of the NFTs. I was like, maybe I can buy some more heroes, especially if you can wage war with armies. I thought that'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah. So at the moment, yeah, because they added a bunch of more stuff. So now they have, yeah, because in terms of tools, like I've got loads of tools. So now we could just buy up the tools and add them to the wheel. That would be a pretty fun way of adding things if people are into Potato Land. So for the heroes, yeah, we have some patrolling. We have, how do I see this again? 5 pledgers at the moment. Getting daily influence of 1 influence a day. But I'm not really sure what it's all leading up to, because there've been no more announcements on heroes and what they're doing yet. Wise DJ, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
you keep coming and going.
Yeah, I got it now. I was gonna go on my phone and share my phone, but you can't share your phone on the StreamYard. So
okay.
I'm sharing my phone on my computer, so I can share it that way. But you're talking about Potato Land. They are developing. The actual game is going to be launching this year, because all this stuff is not even the actual game yet. This is just the build up to it. There's still going to be the building buildings part. A lot more to come, and they've done everything really good. I was talking about Amy earlier. She said when she met them at SuiFest and the base camp that they were some of the nicest people that she's ever met. And remember, these guys, they offered a multi-wallet, single portfolio view application that was absolutely free for like 4-6 months, that has no ads and was just the Sui network, and they offered value before they even had anything like this. So they do things properly. So I have a lot of faith in what they're doing.
So what were you going to share? What did you want to share?
Oh, the wheel on mobile.
Okay. Nice.
Just make sure I can do this correctly.
The anticipation is palpable.
Oh, I'll get it for sure. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, take your time. Yeah, because actually Potato Land, like their land NFTs are still worth like 50 Sui, right? Which is this current Sui prize one. It's like $75 still after all this time. It's pretty impressive.
I know I asked in their Telegram, I was like, well, if I'm an onboarded person that came in, in October, and I, bought some Tato, and, I want to buy some land, and is there any possibility anytime soon for them to open up the option like they did back in the day, which was to merge those lands, to turn it into estates, into provinces, and they said no, which kind of makes me sad, because it's like one of those things where there's a lot of these, unscooped lands, but can you imagine the speculation, people wanting to buy these lands aren't really kind of being used, because there's a limited amount of estates and provinces. So if you really want to get the full effect of these kind of games, with it's that kind of thing where you have to try to put money and bid and try to hope that the person that owns an NFT that has the state or province will sell to you. And then it's that kind of thing where it's so much easier for an onboarding process to have new players or new people who are trying to get into it be able to know that they could merge land. So it's easy for them to buy land or buy land NFTs and stuff like that, and have that kind of same token. Plus, it's just going to boost prices for those kind of things.
Because the problem at the moment that Potato Land has is everyone's waiting for the game now, or like the next rollout of whatever they're making, and hopefully that doesn't involve investing more money, because people are already like invested quite a lot into the game with the land mints and then the hero mints and the crafting and the getting more influence. And when it's like, for example, here I have like 5 lands. I have a province, but then in terms of like daily earning now, I'm making 69 cents a day on Potato Land. Whereas about a month ago, or a month and a half ago now, it was about $6 to $7 a day, right? So that's across the board for everyone that's involved in the platform. Their daily yield from the resource production has gone down massively. So hopefully what's happening is people are not selling so much of the resources. Everyone's just stacking resources and resources, so that when they launch the next part of the game, then everyone can see value on the resources, right? People are going to start buying them. They go back up in price, and then if you didn't sell, then you're going to be good, right?
Yeah. Have you considered? I know they are incorporated tribes. Have you considered which of the 3 tribes you might be?
Oh yeah, I already went. I went for this one. I went for the green tribe. Then this one I went blue, and this one I went green. This one red. This one blue. I just
is there any way to know which tribe is actually winning? Or I know
nothing started with the tribes, so who knows?
Okay.
It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter.
It does matter.
That's
It always matters, but you realize it matters after you've made the decision. That's what always happens with this game. Like, it's very well thought out. There's a lot of logic into everything that Potato Land do, but it's only after you get used to it, you use it, and all that I've seen is popped up. Okay. So you're going to show the wheel on your phone. There we go.
Wait, I'm just sharing the window of my phone through Scrappy through Python. Okay. So yeah, it looks pretty cool on the phone.
Nice.
And we spin. It usually takes a second here. Oh, almost got 1,000. See, there we go. I got 50.
So you got $50 there, and then if you go then to your like profile,
So here's, that's where I connected my wallet. At home profile.
yeah.
So the liquid prizes, do you get that instantaneously, or is that?
I want to set up like a vault which would send it out, but for now it's going to be me manually giving people. So give me like 24 hours. But the idea is to set up a vault which then has everything, and it just runs on a basic script thing. That's how I want to run it.
And so this says you need to do 10 spins before you unlock your profile. Is that just because it's the test site, or that's how it's going to be?
Yeah, because we have lots of things, right? If you scroll down, it's going to say if you want to make your profile, you need to get 10 spins. If you want to use the mobile app, like as in get the app working on your phone, because this is you just going through a browser on your phone. You're not actually using the app part of it yet. If you want the mobile app, you need to have 25 spins. And then you get badges. So if you scroll down more, you're going to probably see some of your badges. Oh no, your profile's locked. You can't even see your badges, mate. You need to spin more.
I'm gonna spin. I'm gonna keep spinning.
There you go, 5, and you just get more money as well. Spinny, spinny root. Stacking those wins.
So what does it look like when you don't win? That's
Well, you said you gave me 50, right? So that should be 10, right? Let's see.
All right, have a look now. Profile.
Boom. I can
On
actually
your-
register now.
Yep. So
Perfect.
only you can see your profile. You can make it public, so you can like turn it on.
Public.
So there's a 1 in 4 chance of not winning anything. Does that pop up anything that says sorry you didn't win, or
Yeah, you land on nothing or like none, no prize. Is what you land on.
Okay. I don't
Yeah,
know
if
if there
you-
was like a conciliatory message, like sorry,
Yeah.
please take some more, try
Yeah,
again,
exactly.
so like that.
That's a good idea. We'll get more personality into it. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I pressed tweet, and it opens up my X app, and it says check out Wise Degen's profile on Suidex Games. Now
Yeah, but don't.
I should not post this one, right? Because this is
Yeah,
the
don't post
test,
it yet
right?
because we don't want people like joining yet because it's just on back end. Yeah, 'cause if you scroll back down your profile, you can then see your stats. You should be able to see. Can you see that? Yeah, there's
There
your
we go.
stats. So you've had 10 spins. Your total winnings are already 615. Jesus Christ, you're doing pretty well there. Then you've made all these badges. So you've got some badges in your profile.
Oh, it has your spin history right here too. That's cool.
Yeah, spin history, win history. Oh, that's because you got the $500 victory.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So it's the dev did a really great job on the build. So now it's just about adding more games and adding more use cases for the badges and for adding more prizes, adding more fun.
Yeah, and as far as like user experience, I mean, this is smooth as butter. Like everything is very, very snappy.
Nice.
It's definitely quality stuff here.
Good.
Go right back to the wheel. I could spin. It's right away. Boom. Just like that. So yeah, and
Pretty
then you
lucky,
could
man.
share it to Twitter, which I would assume that would get you a referral if somebody clicked on the
Yeah.
link from
The
your
share will
Twitter.
come with your referral link, and then if they then come, they get some tickets, and then they spin, and they say they win $100, you get $10.
Awesome.
Exactly.
This will be great for, you know what this will be good for? For TikTok. Because since this is not crypto right here itself, it'll be a lot easier to have it be okay with their algorithm for sure.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to earn a ticket, I would have to go to the locker, put $25 worth of victory in, and then I'll get a ticket sometime
Yeah.
later, or what's the turnaround time? Because if I have that itch that I need to gamble because I just lost and I had a none, and I know that I might win the next one, I just want to go ahead and stake so I can get or put
The
in
turnaround
the
the
locker.
turnaround time for getting tickets will be instant. I want to tomorrow I'm gonna look more deep into like the whole idea of using USDC or Sui to buy tickets as well, or even Victory, right? To see like the legality of it, especially like for example where our website's hosted, the host country, which card is it on, the country of the card holder. All these things need to be thought about just in case there's any kind of gray areas that we could get like the site brought down for, or some complaints from somewhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but in
So-
terms of the tickets for depositing in the farm and getting tickets would be instant. Boom.
in your wallet.
So if I do $25 worth of victory in the 1 week locker, would that still count, or is there?
But I haven't figured out those specifics yet. They'll be out
Okay.
in a couple days. But I would say the 1 week is still fine, I guess. I
Yeah,
mean, we could put a boost
because
on it, you know.
yeah, it's like that kind of thing where a week later I can, I guess, take it out and put it back in
Get more
and get
tickets.
another. Yeah, get more tickets. I can keep feeding my gambling addiction, right? every week if I put in that 1 week. But it's
Yeah,
that kind of thing. I didn't know if there was a multiplying effect because you know how we have it, the 3 year locker being longer. I didn't know if you get more tickets
could do that.
if that's the case. But
Yeah, that makes sense. This is the game theory, right?
yeah, it's that kind of thing where I get a constant supply of tickets to feed my addiction, or it's one of those things where I can. I'm feeling very lucky that day, and I'll do a 3 year and hopefully win big and just compound those winnings.
Yeah, man. I hear you. I hear you. Right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
bro,
have to head
you were
off.
making some pretty big plays. Like when we first started talking when SuiTrump was launched, you were constantly like doing some really big moves and getting wrecked here and there, but you're still here.
Yeah, it's one of
Man,
those things where I played around with all those different meme coins. I was thinking, okay, there's got to be 1 out of 100. I'll find I'll fail on these 99 other coins, but then I'll stumble on SuiTrump, which I did. I was lucky that I, got burnt on like maybe 9 or 10 before I saw Richie's video. Um, and basically 2 or 3 hours after he had put that video up, I was like, okay, I'm in. I'm here before pre-launch or
yeah.
before pre-bonding. Let's see if we actually get it to bond. I'm like, I was like, I gotta go to sleep. It was like middle of the night. I was like, I was like, this is fine. This is my last bit of Sui anyways. I'm gambling with, and every other video I've watched from Richie has been bangers. I mean, it's just basically all these great crypto projects that more often than not was pretty successful. So I was like, and the whole concept was at the time extraordinary because that's something that we didn't have. We didn't have a kind of like a political um, meme coin like that. So the concept of having a Donald Trump coin on Sui blockchain um, was great. I mean, it was a way better idea than Joe Biden at the time or Eric Harris or later on. Those coins did not do so well. But just looking at all the copycats that came out right after Richie's.
We're the only Trump coin on the Sui network worth a damn at all. There is no second place. Like if you look, there's no other, not even a second place. And Richie,
Yeah,
I got the farm up on my cell phone to see a claim of the farm yield and the lockers if people want to see what that looks like.
sure.
So yeah, the UI on I'm on an Android. It's very, very fast. I only have one staking position on this wallet because I have other wallets.
Mm.
So
You have to go to my position.
it looks pretty nice
Looks
here.
good, yeah.
And even though I have just one to claim, you can still do the batch claim. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I am kind of curious if we are going to do any more meme coins.
Yeah, man. Well, not right now.
Okay.
Not today.
Not Richie, but maybe me and you, Brett. Maybe we could do something.
I mean, on the farm, because
Yeah.
Oh,
we have Shock and we have Tree, right? Those are the only two besides our flagship.
It's just hard, man, because I mean, with Sui losing value after value, like now it's dipped into under 150 again. Bitcoin down to 89 again. I mean, memes are the ones that get hurt the most from this kind of huge.
Yeah, there's no relief. That's the thing. I feel like
Yeah, it's bear market, man. It's
You,
test your
you guys
metal.
want to see the claiming the victory locker on the cell phone? Because I got a batch claim to do on that, and it even has Sui.
This exciting stuff. Let's do it. After we finish
Yeah.
this, I'm gonna have to go, man, because for me it's 3 in the morning. So I'm
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. So you go here. You go to token locker,
I've got to be up in 4 hours.
and then there's batch claim. I have 3 years, 1 year, 1 year, 3 months, and you can claim all together.
Nice.
And before the update, this part after, there was no batch claim, and you also had to wait for this thing to load, and now it's like immediately it happens. So just like that.
Ah, I see though, but on your phone it brings up the blue trump instead of the horse. I saw.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, it'd be nice to have the horse on the farm too, because that trump looks weird. It's like
Yeah.
that looks
On
like
mine, it's weird because on mine it has the blue horse, but on yours it doesn't. Must be an Android thing.
well, no, because I used to have the horse, but when they did the indexer thing, it changed.
Okay. Weird.
So I'm not sure.
There's a couple things they need to fix about that. There's some gremlins in the
Yeah, because
in the
it's this.
UI.
It was the same website, but the icon changed. So
Yeah.
that's what's weird because the site didn't change. But yeah, everything's working there.
And we have everything indexer wise so that we could get aggregation. And you said Aftermath would be
Yeah.
who
Yeah, we're
you're
just
going to
talking
work
with
with,
them.
and then maybe Cetus would be the second. And
Yeah.
then from there, the other
Bluefin.
dexes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it'll be get Bluefin, Cetus, Aftermath. I guess 7K as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brett, the dev team, they just gave me what I needed to approach these other, exchanges and dApps with what they need to add us to their site. Like I literally just got that. So that the ball is rolling, it's happening.
And that would be
And
all liquidity pools, right? So,
Yeah.
I
All
mean, I have like
farm and
12 or
Dex.
13.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to be able to see,
Exactly right. Me too. I
yeah,
want that as well.
Suidex
I want
showing.
to see the whole portfolio easily, or else we
I
need to
think
make our own portfolio thing.
I think one of the better parts would be once we get the aggregation going, once people are going and making swaps on somewhere else and it's going routed through Suidex, that is going to add to the value of the Suidex. Because when it's aggregated, like the people that have the LPs, they still get their portion, right?
Yeah.
Because that'll be huge.
Yeah, there'll be more fees as well for LP providers. Okay, guys, I got to go. Thanks very much for joining the Tuesday night stream. Yeah, Tuesday night stream. It's Wednesday morning for me now.
So it's Tuesday morning for the US, and then Thursday 6 p.m. Hopefully Pacific will be in 2 days for the evening show.
Yeah, good. Sounds good. We could do this maybe not every week for this, but depends on what I have to do the next day. So, for example, tomorrow I've got a pretty relaxed day, so like 4 or 5 hours sleep is not too bad. But if I'm like busy, then no one wants to run on 4 hours sleep.
And if not, I will definitely run a live space on X and then just stream it to my Kick and my YouTube channel as well, even if Richie's not doing it. Because I still want to keep going.
For the Thursday stream, we're on though, because that's easy. For me, that's just morning. That's easy.
Okay. So yeah, Thursday 6 p.m. right here, or on X, or on Kick, or on TikTok, or on everywhere else. We're streaming to like 5 different places.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, Brett.
Oh, I
Brett?
appreciate it. Thanks, gentlemen. I learned a lot, and I'm feeling even more bullish when it comes to Suidex, SuiTrump, and even the price of Sui. Like I'm waiting to buy some Sui. I got DCA money. I'm actually waiting to see if Sui drops below $1.50. But it's one of those things where it's one of those things where just because I think or I anticipate it to drop, it might not. It might actually bounce.
I want it below $1, to be honest. I'm waiting.
I've got funds on the side, and I'm waiting for Sui to go under $1. Then I'm going to drop the bag. But I think a lot of people are thinking that. So
And
Yeah,
we may not
everyone's
know
gonna
the
drop timer.
time, but we do know it is going to go back up. It will go back up. There's too many
yeah.
big money corporations. There's too much stuff going on. It's going to go back up. We just don't know
yeah.
when, but
for sure.
it has a big future. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Peace out.
Bye.